Well, if you're an absolute expert backhoe operator, you probably don't need a shovel and a rake. But most of us do. And the biggest problem is when you're doing work, you can load up the bucket and go put your gravel on the road, for as we have here. But then you still got to rake it and shovel it. So you need the rake and the shovel. So how do you carry the rake and the shovel? How do you get them down there? Put them in the bucket? No. You could put the rake and the shovel in the digger bucket, but then they could fall out. Or as this one has done, you can see that. This one fell out and got worn down. And then it fell out and got broken. So you need a way to carry them. And in here is not the best way. One thing I tried is this. Is just to put a board across there. Now this was pretty clever because the two screws that hold it up are actually toggle bolts that go through the holes that were already there in the rollover protection device. Okay, so that's pretty good. But getting these little rubber clamps open and closed every time, and I see that one is almost impossible to close. It's a pain in the butt. I had these on here for a while and I gave up. And here's what I finally came up with. Yeah, that's right. Those are conduit clamps. 1.25" conduit clamps. To put them on, all you have to do is take this cover plate off. It's 4 bolts. Then you have access to the inside. And just make sure you don't hit anything inside. And there's not much in there. That's I think I drilled like a 5/16 hole for a 1/4" bolt. And these do a pretty good job. Hold on a second. So here, that's pretty good. And I can do the same thing with a rake, and I have on the other side. You can see over there, right there. And this works pretty good. And the only improvement I'm going to make later is probably take some foam pipe insulation and put across here, just so that it's just a little bit more stable. Driving around here, I haven't had a problem. So I'm going to take that baby off. And I'll have the rake on one side and the shovel on the other. And of course, they might be in your way when you're in the seat, but you're not supposed to be in the seat with those. So that's it. Oh yeah, forgot to mention what a head knocker that sucker is. I mean, you're sitting far enough forward that you probably won't hit it, and once you have, you don't do it again, but let's get rid of that. So a few tips on this method. Those clips that you see only have 1 bolt, so make sure you keep it tight. Use a lock nut. You could even roll pin it, stick a little roll pin through there so that it doesn't move. You have to keep your eye on that because if you pull the tool up, it could crimp itself in with the clip. And also notice those clips are bendable, so you can bend them out a little bit if the tool's a little bit bigger, but be careful with that. And of course, watch the tool length because you don't want it taller than the ROP because you could catch on something. And then a downside of it is you won't have the handy tools if you're using like a York rake or something else that you're dragging behind, or if you're using the 3-point hitch for something else. So just keep that in mind. And these clips that you see here are 1.25" conduit clips, and they work really well. They're just tight enough on the shovel handle, and I highly recommend them.